boy Hall's back in the building with another episode of Behind the Art Live from Sukasa. Today I'm joined by two very special. My boys is in the building. My boy Omezzzy and Kuro in the building. Talk some shit. What's going on, guys?
Everything's going well, man. Everything's blessed, and I'm very just grateful to be here with a bunch of friends and just and honestly family, bro.
Type shit.
It's
Yeah, we
all
got folks in the
like
building.
like this shit is all awesome, and I'm so glad to have just been a part of it and just see you guys' evolution. You know what I'm
Type
saying?
shit, type
Everybody
shit.
who's playing a who's played a part like in this little thing of ours. Like it's beautiful to see.
Nah, I appreciate y'all joining. Carl, what about you? What you been on, bro?
Ain't shit. Peace, 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 peace. Yo, thank you for having us, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sukasa. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Ever since day one, niggas been rocking with me. You know what I mean? So every gift is very appreciative. You know what I'm saying? With Jamal, Sanfa, yeah, y'all niggas. But yeah, man, chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got
Alive.
folks in the building too. So like, who we got to know? Who y'all bring with y'all?
Shit.
Yeah, we can get some shout outs before we get into the app.
You know what I mean? Who we got out here, man? We got Michelet out here, you know what I'm saying? AKA Mandy, you know what I'm saying? One of my managers, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Live in the building. We got Derek, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No bullshit, bro. We gotta come up with a name. I'm sorry I did that shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Yo. No bullshit. We got left side in the building, SK, you know what I'm saying? My SK niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bills in the building, JB, Chemo, you know what I mean? Chilling like a villain over there, you know what I mean? We live with it, you know what I mean?
Word. So how y'all feeling? What y'all been on?
Really, I just been trying to be on some dope shit, but still, still be really introspective for with introspective and intentional when I'm writing. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just on a writing perspective. But as far as production, I've been really I would say what's the word? I would say like just thinking less. You know what I'm saying? And because I know that with what I'm doing is guaranteed to sound fire. You know what I mean? And honestly, like make those improvements and work on them. It's almost like you know what you need to do to have like you know what you need to do to improve and really like add to your repertoire as far as production, but it's all about like taking the chance. I mean, not taking the chance. They're taking that opportunity
Yeah.
to really to really like execute it. You know what I'm saying? And really work that muscle till it becomes second nature.
Type
You know what
shit.
I'm
So you
saying?
kind of just been in a flow state.
Yeah, and I was saying earlier, I think before you came there, it's almost as far as the keyboard with that's the shit that I'm on.
Okay.
It's almost like learning a new language.
Okay.
You know what I mean, like and the more I go at it, the more I'm starting to recognize certain patterns in just ways to speak it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Type shit. What about you, bro?
What you think?
Shit. Yeah, bro, niggas. You know what I mean? Just chilling, been working, just trying to fuck the trying shit. Niggas just been doing music.
Yeah.
You know what I
Just
mean,
been
just
locked
trying
in.
to get with the art. You know what I mean? I got like a little arc story and all that, but I'll save that for a little later. But
Yeah.
bro, just trying to really make these plans come to life.
Type
You know
shit.
what I'm saying?
We a
Chasing the
couple
dream.
months into the New Year's. Like, are you guys looking? How are you guys looking at this year? With us only being a couple months in, summer's honestly right around the corner. It's March now, but shit move fast. Like,
Literally around the corner. Like,
Yeah.
I've been saying that since damn near like February. You know,
Yeah.
it's yeah, man, and it's gonna be a good summer too. And
Facts.
while we're here now, yeah, that's why I want to. I want to make sure that I put in as much free time as possible, like working on the craft, putting pen to pad for like for basically what is going to be like my next. I would say, my next project, but like my next performance. You know what I'm saying? Because how I've been looking at myself, or at least how I've been taking look at people and what I do to them when I get on the stage and do my thing. I
Yeah.
amaze them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I definitely take a lot of pride into it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I just think that and especially what working with Kuro for some years now.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be nothing but that. Like, cause he like how I see Kuro and how I see myself. We are both forces. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like, and not and not even in the sense where, oh, he's a force or he's good. No, I mean like the energy that he brings to him, it moves people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The energy that I bring in moves people, and it's almost like going Super Saiyan. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, shit, like when the power like climbs, and people can feel it, and that's something that just does not come. It doesn't. It like that like that's something you have to cultivate.
Yeah. It don't happen overnight.
It does not
I
happen.
feel that. I feel
Does not
that.
happen overnight, because in my situation, I've been like writing raps since about middle school 7th grade,
Yeah.
right? And I really took I really I really I really grown from like as much like shoot what yeah
Yeah.
like I just really grown from that point on. Um, I would say when I started like really gearing all of like my concepts in my songs to an anime reference. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
There's been a lot of times where that's happened, and I think too that I'm not too different from well no there isn't too there isn't I would say there isn't much. It's not too uncommon. You know what I mean? Like as far as really like taking certain references and and really making it just really making it shine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So do you remember when you got your start? Like the first time you either was working on a beat or just doing something creative in general?
Okay, I would say when I was in eighth grade, and I was just playing around with a dog and I'm pretty sure probably 95% of people don't even know this dog, but it was on the Windows. It was called Mixcraft.
Mixcraft. Now I'm a Mixcraft alumni. I
Oh
remember,
man.
like, it's crazy. Like, around the time like I started kind of dibbling, dabbling, and trying to figure out, how I was gonna, I guess in a sense, make music, being very makeshift, trying to create a studio. That was one of the doors that I had decided to like jump in and try to use,
Yeah.
because it was super accessible, very easy to work. But
Yeah.
if that was a very short-lived process too, because I started off like trying to do some light production, and then it kind of just got to a point where it's beyond me, and I'm like, I had to let it go. And that's kind of when I had made the determination of like, I'll leave the production and the beat making, instrumentation to the folks that, you know, are not only technically skilled in that way, but love that. And I just focus on writing the raps and shit. But
Yeah.
that's fire. So how long was you on Mixcraft before you?
I would say I I made my first like ever project and put it on SoundCloud using Mixcraft, and this was before I know what I know now. You know what I mean? Like this was like before I could use a drum machine, or
Mhm.
even play the keyboards or play the keys.
Yeah.
It was just really it was just really basic, and I was just going at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm good, bro. Thank you. What about you though, bro? Well, how'd you get your start?
Damn. Um, my start.
Yeah. Or when was that first?
I was,
When
y'all
was that
niggas.
first like moment you kind of like dived in or had that inclination that like, you know, this is what music specifically, this is what I want to do, or just, you know, that first experience with any creative endeavor, you know, whether that be in your younger years, like some arts and craft related shit, or to Omar's point, like, you know, at 8th grade, kind of jumping into mixed craft and figuring out the production.
So like, I've always um, I've always loved to write. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this goes into like the early like scholarly years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, I want to say like middle school, 7th, 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? I started writing like I had wrote my first song.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, like it was over a Nujubes beat. I don't know if I'm saying his name RIP, but um yeah, it was over the Samurai Champloo intro. I was watching it at the time, and I was just like, yo, let me just try over this. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay, that's hard.
music has always been around me. Um, like my older brother, he was a part of like a rap group, and you know what I'm saying? So I was always around like certain processes, and yeah, I mean, it kind of gets deep, but
Yeah.
so around that time though, 7th, 8th grade, and I just stuck with it. You know what I mean? And eventually, you know what I'm saying, it turned into me going the poetic route and me, you know, linking up with OG. You know what I'm saying? And some of the cats up in here too. You know what I'm
Type
saying?
shit.
So yeah, it started there. But like with the music, it's weird because I didn't really like rap.
Okay.
Like so I was born in '97. You feel me? So
Yeah.
you feel me? And I just remember like I was a heavy ass like wrestling fan, you know what I'm saying? Like
Fair.
I just got put on the Dragon Ball Z, and that's where it really came because pause, like I got a movie. It was the Cooler movie, and it was just like seeing action mixed in with the music. It was just it captivated me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, word.
And it was rock, you know what I mean? So it's just like I'm getting introduced like the other way, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming in the crib like through the window type shit, you feel
Yeah.
me? But you know, around that time, like, you know, Lil Wayne was popping and all that. I just didn't I just didn't click with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know, but I definitely went through my little transformations and shit. And I'm thankful, and I've grown to be appreciative of that type of music too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So shit, man.
No, it's fire. So I want to kind of to the second point of like, you know, behind the art, you know, as you guys kind of described early on your first initial experiences, since you've grown and kind of been figuring yourselves out as artists, what are some of the things that like you guys do outside? Like when you're not, you know, you say in your free time, you're kind of working to learn this new language and production, working on the keyboard. So when you're not in your free time and you're working in being creative, like what are some of the things that you guys are doing to kind of just like whether it be pastime or chilling a vibe or get re-inspired? Like, you know, what's that part of Kuro and Omezzzy, like
Shit.
shit that most people wouldn't know. Like, you feel me?
Or I bet.
Because y'all
Niggas.
mentioned like the anime influences and like films and stuff like that. We gonna get to the film portion today. You know, we watching In Too Deep, and you know, it's a hood classic. You feel me? Like Omar Epps. Everybody know Omar, so it's like, you know.
My God, look like dog
It's crazy. Shout out Dom. Shout out Dom. But yeah, like how like what are you guys doing to like pass time and just catch a vibe?
Me, shit, man, like just growing, evolving as a person. I be reading.
Okay, word.
All right, let me just get to the point. Y'all got me in the corner. I'm really Batman. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. But nah, you know what I'm saying? I be reading this shit, you know what I'm saying? I be working out. You know what I'm saying? I like to dive into, you know what I mean, truths and knowledges and all that. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's
And
hard.
yeah, just growing. I feel like I'm on some like cocoon shit. Like I've grown out of certain things, you know what I'm saying? And I don't wanna look down on anything
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anybody's walk of life, anything, but it's just I don't know, like I don't want to say enlightenment, but you know what I'm saying? I've definitely changed and seen new things. But
Yeah.
yeah, just trying to elevate, you know what I'm saying, level up,
Yeah.
be kind, you know what I'm saying, and just trying to make every moment the best. Yeah, and I be cooking, no bullshit.
Okay, you on your Chef
I be
Goyard?
yo, no bullshit,
Chef
yo.
Goyard.
So here it is, yo. I be chilling with these niggas. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like no bullshit. I be chilling with these niggas, and it's like, yo, I be getting high and I be getting creative. I just be
Okay.
going in the kitchen late night, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, I fucked around, got some bison. He ain't
Okay.
here, but shout out my nigga Prov. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I get crazy. I get high and I get creative. You feel me? Like
Okay.
it's crazy.
That's
It's
the art.
crazy.
That's the art, though. But like, speak to that, because I want to touch on something you spoke about, like the enlightenment and kind of like the growth and development that you've been going through and experiences.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your journey as an artist has informed that growth and kind of how you always speak to more of that? Because I think that's helpful for the audience too, like for folks who are kind of, you know, who would like to have a symbiotic process between their personal development and their artist development. Like, how have you been able to manage the two, and like what are things that you're like incorporating in your everyday, or that like things that you've observed about yourself in your process that when you look back you're like, oh, this is kind of dope that I've been able to get to this point?
Shoot, let me hold on. First of all, I don't want to pass the mic to. So let me just do that.
So matter of fact, to answer that question that you asked to Kuro,
Yeah.
in my free time when I'm not working on anything creative, I think what definitely is informative that I'm doing is just understanding the field that I'm in creatively, is that is the music business.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? Because like I'm pretty sure if anybody is taking the craft like serious and really want to really want to be skillful at it and skillful at it, they got to understand.
Yeah, you got to do the studies.
Yeah, you know, you got to understand the business, but the business behind it, and I would just say how like the people see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people, especially in the past like 6-7 years that I've just been real inspired by, as far as rap and music goes, and even
Mhm.
just overall, like just overall beat selection goes.
Okay.
Like for one, I would say like you for one, I would say the world it's not too big, it's not too big of a place as far as samples and just certain I would say just certain references go.
Mhm.
It's all a matter of being just tapped in, you know.
Yeah.
And shout out to Chairman Chow. He's somebody who will not only record shot all of me and Kuro's videos,
Okay.
all of my videos for on that I have on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But he's put me on to like just a plethora of artists that I can't even call it underground now, because it's almost on some if you know you know type of deal,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And just and just crazy, you know, like having some, like coming across certain samples and songs that that me and Kuro both like love hearing,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. And like that, and just finding out how I'm gonna go ahead and flip the shit. It's real. It's like it's just a real like dope experience with just with that.
Yeah.
And I'll also say too, definitely playing video games, because
Okay.
I'll tell you what one thing too. I don't even play the recent Call of Duties, because you know why. The call, like MW2, like the original MW2s and the
Yeah.
Black Ops ones, the servers still work. So
Okay.
for the most part. So I'd be like I've been enjoying the shit, even from when I was younger.
Okay,
You know what I'm
like the
saying?
nostalgia gaming.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you want to talk about nostalgia,
Yeah.
like that's like I could even go further back within the nostalgia. Uh, I not it hasn't even been too long ago. Still, probably like 4 years ago now, that I went and
Mhm.
got a PS2. And
Okay.
the first games that I got was the first four Ratchet and Clank games.
Ah.
Those were my
Yeah.
shits.
Yeah. That was a hip hop game. I think that's something to touch on too. Is like you guys kind of both. I've heard it more from you, Omar, though, but like as far as like the games and that being kind of an influence early on.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say from your childhood top 3 games that like not necessarily influenced like kind of your, it doesn't even have to do anything with creativity, but just like top 3 games from your childhood ever?
Top
What
three
would you
games.
say?
I would say, yeah, Ratchet and Clank. I think more specifically, probably probably the third one. Definitely Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Okay.
And it's in this last one, even though it's not too big of importance, but Tony Hawk Pro Skater, like in any of the Pro Skaters, to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Say that.
It's a real, it's definitely like one. It's definitely just one of those ones.
Type
You know,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like there's too many to count, but to top three, yeah, like they I can if I was to open up a portal into my childhood, like one of those games would be on.
Okay.
Oh man,
Fire. Fire.
it's and that's it's just an awesome feeling to capture sometimes, like in those moments of nostalgia that you have within yourself.
Yeah. Right. I know we got that kind of like growth and development question for you that you was pondering on, but do you got games from your childhood like that stand out?
Shit, I was definitely in them shits too. Shit, DBZ, like any DBZ game,
Okay.
the wrestling games, and I would say like GTA. You know what I'm saying? Those were like
GTA.
my main go tos. You know what I'm saying?
What systems do y'all? You said you was on PS2. Okay. Okay. You was on PS2 too?
Yeah,
Okay.
P2, P3. I had the PS, like the PlayStation 1 too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sony had niggas locked down.
nigga, man,
Facts.
Sony baby, Sony baby. Oh,
Facts.
man.
Facts. Facts. But to that point earlier for that growth and development, like you want to expound on that?
Yeah, the things that I do outside of or relative to the art. That
Yeah, and kind
was
of how that's like informed your artistry and how you've kind of balanced both of them.
it's funny because no lie, I learned a lot through music, like in terms of like life. You know what I'm saying? Like my niggas know, you know what I'm saying? Omar know, like I have a way of like speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
my sister calls it like I have like I speak in Vinci, you know what I'm saying? But like
Yeah.
that's how deep it get, you know what I'm saying? Like I learned uh for example like discipline, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This kind of goes into like my slow story, but you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Word.
Learning discipline, learning patience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn that through, just the want of creating. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And music had played a significant part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like just it went from just a question to an outlet
Yeah.
to like that marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah. My fault. I'm just trying to stay on track. My
Nah,
fault. I'm
nah,
trying
nah.
to,
You
you know what I'm saying?
good,
I'm
bro.
trying
Nah, I
to
feel that. I feel like a lot of times you can a lot of times artists do find themselves in their creativity, and I think it's like the biggest thing, the biggest challenge sometimes in that could also be like the balance of like, because I think as creatives sometimes we can get caught up in our artistry and not understand that there's a world around us, there's still a reality outside of what we're doing as creators, as artists, or whatever the case may be. So it's always good to hear like how one informs the other and how people have kind of like managed to grow throughout the ebbs and flows of being an artist and kind of like allowed it to inform who they are as a person and how they show up authentically in space. So no, that's fire. That's fire. You know, we got into deep on one of the, this is one of my favorite joints for multiple reasons, but I feel like there's a lot of motifs in this film. The plot is like you know, it's one that we're very I would say we're very used to in most of our films, but just a lot of times in our community too. You got that one guy that it's kind of like his whole existence is a paradox. While, you know, to some he's seen as the devil, others, and in this movie he's actually calling himself God. He can actually be seen as God in some instances, which is a little blasphemous, but like understanding like how you give back and what you're trying to do for your community. And I feel like we've seen LL in this film. It's crazy because I'm forgetting LL was actually homie that played God in this, because this when he dived in his, like, he was really getting in that acting bag. No more licking the lips and and being on the ladies. He was on the silver screen. But like, did y'all have an OG in y'all, like, in y'all coming up in y'all neighborhood that was kind of like similar to God's character in Too Deep? Like that y'all either pull game for him or y'all just kind of seen from afar type shit. You know how homies talk about like growing up in the days, you used to see the OGs pull up on a block type shit like that. Especially growing up in Grove Hall, I had that happen a lot, but not to this extent of where like, you know, niggas got feds kind of coming inside and like, you know, on some COINTEL shit. Like most of the OGs in the hood that was like kind of, you know, doing their thing in the drug game either phased out or they just passed away or transitioned into some other shit. It wasn't as extreme as like what we saw in this film. But like, did y'all have that growing up where y'all come from? And by the way too, like, what y'all from the city? Y'all from Boston?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what part of Boston specifically?
Mattapan.
Okay, Penn in the house, Penn Way.
Dorchester, but to be more accurate, Fields Corner.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we in the corner right now, so you know, not to get in the low. Don't try nothing, because you know it could get real shaky for you. So feel me? Thumbs up in the chat, man. But so like, did y'all like, you know? I know I spent a lot of time in Mattapan growing up, so I know there's a lot of OGs down there that way that, you know. And the same, I would say the same for Phil's Corner. You know, they say this coldest corners type shit. Like, but do y'all have anybody in particular that stands out, or just like moments that stand out in y'all childhood, or like, you know, OGs in the neighborhood kind of either giving back or like being that go-to point person, dropping game?
I would say this. I wouldn't even say OGs around Fields Corner or Dorchester as a whole. I would definitely say there's been a lot of uncles, a lot of older cousins, a lot of
Facts.
my older brothers and my older sisters, friends and boys. They it's almost like they all knew me. Like before they all knew me before I even like knew myself at that time.
Yeah.
And you know, like that, and I think too, like them just watching me like me grow into watch me grow into the man I am. You know, just with time, they 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 definitely are surprised at how wise I am.
Yeah.
I would say, you know, like, because I definitely did do my I definitely did do my learning, you know, as time went on. But
Yeah.
you know, but all in all, like, nonetheless, if it wasn't for for them, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't just be. I wouldn't be as wise or as smart as I am about certain things and looking at certain things in life in general.
No, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
What you think, Kuro?
Shit. I mean, damn.
Yeah, it's like a lot of OGs to choose from, right? Like a lot of experiences.
I mean, you know, and I'm a person that kind of get deep with shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had what we had. You know what I'm saying? To expound on that, like we had just people. I forgot who I was talking to, but I was breaking it down. No, actually, excuse me, they were breaking it down to me. My manager, excuse me, was like, yo, like our parents were just us. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying, like spat up in here and just had to navigate, you know what I'm saying? So we had OGs, you know what I'm saying? We had, you know what I'm saying, certain fiends, you know what I'm saying? We had certain, you know what I mean, heads that get it in like that, you know what I'm saying? We just had ways, you know what I'm saying? Sources of different ways, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't take long for certain people to pick up the messages, you know what I'm saying, to learn. But, you know, we definitely had people from them type of routes to really be like, yo, like, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can speak like for me, like I had the opportunity to go to, and I'm not even trying to flex, you know what I'm saying? Like that's never the motive, that's never the aura, you know what I'm saying? That's never the intent.
But it's more so to be an example to teach.
You feel me? But like that's always like I'm right there, like I don't want to get a low, but I'm right there in Mattapan Square. Like I live right there, you know what I'm saying? Like right by BK, you feel me? So you feel me, like yeah, bro. We just had ways. We just had ways.
Yeah. And I can imagine being born in 97, seeing a transition from Mattapan, what it looked like then to what it looked like now. Like, speak about that, you know, being from the pen, like how do you
speed bumps, motherfucker? them damn Michelle Wu.
Oh, okay.
I love you, baby. You look good. But damn, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you doing? Them speed bumps, but I ain't gonna hold you. Like the accidents, they definitely been chopped. But it's like, yo, they everywhere, man. They everywhere. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is like, you know, there's all this stuff that's happening in the world and all that. And it's as humans, we don't want to take away the certain senses and shit that we got. Like we need a way out. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody white, black, you know what I mean? But show woo. You'll get my shit. I ain't even on the politics shit. I don't even fuck with the politics shit, but you'll get all of whatever the fuck you need from me if you take away them bloody fucking speed bumps.
Yo, it's crazy. I saw someone tweet earlier. They was like, well, they screenshotted something they saw on Facebook. Again, so Facebook is a wild ass place. I don't know how it'd be making it into all the other algorithms. That's how you know Facebook's always gonna have a place in the culture, because no matter what, that shit's gonna make its way on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Whatever's going on Facebook is gonna make its way in other parts of the culture. But it was a screenshot of somebody posting like there was like fuck stimulus. They owe everybody in Massachusetts wheel alignment because of like the roads out here is just so crazy. And I don't know if y'all saw recently, they're trying to propose like these they're basically trying to tax you to come into the city in hopes that like it'll like clear up some of the congestion, some of the rush hour traffic that we be receiving. And it's like it was one of the city councilors proposed, but like, you know, nobody's really against it. They really trying to turn Boston into New York. I don't know if we got the economy for that here. It's like nobody was feeling that, but like y'all drive. Okay.
I take Oppa.
Okay.
Cloud, you feel me?
Type shit.
Feel me?
But now, so that I don't know about you, Omar, if you spending a lot of time going back and forth through the city, but like how you feel about that, hearing that essentially you might have to pay $15 to come in and out when you're traveling every time on the Easy Pass. You feeling that? You pro? You
know, that's like, and that's the thing. Like the city, like they always trying to find a new way to get a new way to get money out every single way. You know, so to be honest, I'm a bit indifferent on it. That's kind of because you know, to be honest with you, that's kind of why. That's one of the reasons why I'm in the trades. You know what I'm saying? That way I could really have good benefits.
Yeah,
make really good money and be able to just be able to afford like anything and certain, so it's just certain BS's, you know what I'm saying, like that come about even when I'm not doing anything wrong, like for example, when I was speeding a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. No, don't allegedly. Oh
my god,
bro got on and incriminated himself immediately.
Fam, bro,
yo,
because bro, like, and that's the thing. Like, oh man, it sucked.
Okay, okay.
It sucked when
You got through though, right? You good money. Good money. You didn't get pulled over or anything.
I did.
But
But you know, but you know,
it
like
happens.
but that's the thing. Like, I'm glad I could just pay that and
Yeah.
be about, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, if it's gonna be some bullshit, it's just gonna be something civil. Like, nothing criminal about
Yeah.
about like about my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But I
saying?
want to touch on that too, because you point out something that I think a lot of time goes overlooked. You talk about the like kind of the relief of having, you know, a well-paid job or a position or a skill that allows you to, you know, kind of bring in income that helps you take care of stuff, so you don't have to worry about certain things. Like, talk about, was that important for you, like when you were deciding, like, okay,
Yeah.
looking for work, or just kind of like going into the workforce or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, because I think above all else, no, well, not even above all else, just one of them being that I think to really move around especially in the city is to definitely definitely have your bread up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not
Yeah.
even about, it's not all business all the time.
Yeah.
It's even in the music scene over here, it's definitely leisure. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That there's great things to do and great people to meet. You know what I'm saying? And the money just that, I ain't gonna say it just helps. It definitely makes things easier, just getting to and from and into places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, sorry. in the in most definitely, most importantly, supporting other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because I'm definitely, I'm one to say that I'm not entitled to anybody's support.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I definitely believe that I have to be like, have to be like on my P's and Q's. You know
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
show and
And
prove.
be and really be on top of my shit, as far as the work that I put in the in you know, just the performance that I give,
Yeah.
whether it's on stage or on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, or on the beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, and you know, I got a boy. He's like, he's an older homie to me. He's really big, bro. He told me this, and like, it's been sticking with me every time I think about it. But he says to exhaust your resources. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And exhaust your free resources, that at that.
Yeah.
And you know, because especially being in this time, I wouldn't want to pick any other era than here, with the amount of resources there are,
Yeah.
and just the shit being just straight at our fingertips.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I'm
that's
saying?
very fair.
Because it's funny, because I was really thinking about having a record player to sample, when I could literally do that do that by plugging in my laptop, and plugging in my laptop and going on YouTube, or any other streaming place.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally that easy
Yeah.
nowadays.
No, that's fair. And I feel like, to that point, because I don't want to move too far from that, like the OG point that I was kind of touching on earlier, because I feel like to this film, there we see it sensationalized drug trade, drug culture, right? But I feel
Yep.
like it's very layered to God's experience a lot of times in our neighborhood. Especially when we speak about in the past, you're talking about resource. I think it's like it's a great intersection, or like a great point that you make, actually, with the like resources now in comparison to then. A lot of times why people were doing what they were doing to get money and get by then is because of the lack of resources, being finite, and not really having options and outlets. So you have people who enter the drug trade very early, into street culture very early, but it's out of necessity. You know, it's a necessity to participate, necessity to fit in, necessity to survive. Whereas now, for the folks that still do it, you kind of have the choice. Like, you have options, especially in a city like Boston. So it's like you could do either or, but it's like, in this day and age, with the plethora of resources and shit that you could be doing with your life, to like continue to fall back. And it's like, again, there's no judgment on anything. Like, you know, everybody has a different walk of life. But I feel like in this film specifically, what I pull from it, kind of just watching it back. Cause I don't know how many times you've seen this film, but like I've seen it a few times, and just like every time being able to pull back the different layers, and then you even see the vast difference in Omar Epps' character in comparison to LL's character, and how they like each get to the point that they're at. And it's like even understanding that again to the OG concept. I want to know, is it like pivotal figures in you guys' life that were like kind of how would you say, just like important in that messaging and in that growth, or point you guys in the right direction of like keeping you like head on straight, like when you find out that you want to do music or you want to be creative, that's continuing to push that and like encourage you to exercise that muscle? Do you guys have folks like anybody in particular in your life that stands out,
Even in the world of like cinema?
or just in general, like
Okay.
someone in your life that's kind of, once you found your creativity, or just even before you decided that you want to be an artist, that would always continue to push you to do good and make sure you was on the right track? Like whether it be a parent, whether it be like, you know, coach, whether it be aunt, uncle type.
Okay. Toby Maguire's Peter Parker.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like really, and that's the thing too. Like, I was like, pretty sure we all of us in this room was very much into superheroes, and just seeing them, like seeing like the identity the identity that they're used to living at that point, and then being something something else for being something else that the rest of the world knows them for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so, and I definitely can say, and I mean, Kuro can say that we definitely hold a bit of power with like the way we can the way that we can convey our words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And uh, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the stuff that Spider-Man does to keep the peace is what I'm trying to do, but but we all see see the type of we all see the type of mission that we could accomplish. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes, and we all have a bit of a battle too, and sometimes it could be within ourselves.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
You
That's
know what I
fair.
mean? And that it's in, you know, with music and writing, and especially with some of like some of like the greatest names, uh, like with some of the like the greatest names in hip hop or in just music in general, they
Mm-hmm.
definitely help. They definitely help navigate that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's still even like it's still a bit of like a broad question to even explore, even to my extent. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
What about you, bro? You got somebody in particular that was like pivotal?
Yeah, I say family and friends. I'm saying mainly my brother,
Okay, word.
just with the foundation part, you know what I'm saying? Like everything, like the core foundation of who I am just came from like his tutelage, you know what I'm saying? From you know, just trying to, and I hate to say this now, but you know what I'm saying, staying woke. And I hate to say that now because it's been,
Yeah, no, I feel you.
as a people, like how the fuck do we let that happen? What the fuck? But anyways, but yeah, like just staying aware, you know what I'm saying, about the world, and you know, just hip hop, you know what I'm saying, falling in love with, like I said, like I came into the shit with like do like rock type shit, you feel me? But he was
Okay.
just that like so I became I forget the word, moldable. I don't think that's a real word, but
Malleable?
you know what I'm saying? Malleable. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Malleable. And he was just right there to be like, all right, word, like, you know what I'm saying? Here's the seasoning. You know what I'm
Sprinkle that,
saying? Like
yeah.
from so like, you know, while, you know what I'm saying, Lil Wayne was in his prime, that era, you know what I'm saying? I was, you know, bumping like Helter Skelter,
Yeah.
Boot Camp Clip, you know what I'm saying? Boot Camp Click, you know what I'm saying? Like the old heads.
Yeah.
Feel me? So him, you know what I'm saying, my homies, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm always just trying to self-improve, and they're always just like, yo, just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. And then myself, you know what I'm saying? And then just the lessons that I see in the street, you know what I'm saying, in my environment and within my reality, you know what I'm saying? Like I really learn from those elements.
Speak to that more, because you mentioned yourself, and I think that's like important. A lot of times we overlook how much we can learn from ourselves if we really take some time to like sit with ourselves and reflect and do that work, do it, whether it be that healing, whether it be the introspection, whatever the case may be. But like, speak to I'd love to hear you speak more to that and kind of how that's helped you, because a lot of times, sometimes in certain situations, like you could be an only child, you could just not have the greatest relationship with folks around you, you could be someone who's very to yourselves, like, so I would love to hear you speak to that component, because I'm pretty sure there's folks out there that do that a lot. But sometimes it's good to hear from other folks because you don't feel alone in that process.
Bro, like there's books, dog. Like, yo, like
Word.
yourself. Oh my God, what? Like you gotta take yourself serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a core theme of my life. But like, there's books on like how to improve yourself. Like, not even on like the beyond the level of like mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Relationships. Like it really get deep. Like the mental work. You know what I'm saying? The philosophy work. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the path I'm currently on right now. Because we have to change these certain relationships that we have with certain elements. Like, for example, fear. Like that played a good element in my life with certain things. But you know what I'm saying? You really gotta learn what you made of, dog. And it's crazy, dog. And I was a dude that in school. And this is why, like, yo, I appreciate this man so hard. Like, I remember in school, we was taking a test. I think it was in like Mikula's class or some shit like that. Yo, like I was going through depression. I ain't trying to make some excuses and shit, but I was just certain shit was just causing me not to perform. You know what I'm saying? So my head was down and he was just right there across from me, like, yo, like pick your shit up, bro. Like, come on, go through this. You know what I'm saying? Trying not to drift, my fault. I'm smoking. Yeah, you gotta show what you gotta see what you made of, bro. Like you gotta you have a world inside, bro. You have a world inside that you have to explore. Like it sounds corny, but you have to find your type of understanding to really navigate, bro. Because it get deep, bro. It get deep, but it's crazy. My fault. I'm trying to really stay on point.
No, you are. And I feel like you because as we're having conversation, I feel like y'all are dropping a lot of gems too. But to the point you just mentioned about philosophy, like you spoke on it very briefly, I feel like every artist, every creative, every individual has their own philosophy, whether they know it or it's like very apparent or fourth conscious for them or it's in their subconscious. But like speak to how important that's been to your each individual experiences, but then also how it's kind of like informed your collaborative experience, like the philosophy that you've been able to develop as an individual. And because I think to the point, even the film of Washington, we see a lot of LL's character in the film play as God. We understand God's philosophy of why he's moving, he operates the way he does, why he has certain people around him, why their positions are the way they are. Like he has a whole philosophy for how he has things set up. And it isn't till he kind of goes against his philosophy to where he is able to be infiltrated. And by the end of the film, we see how that pans out. But like kind of speak to you guys is like, how have you developed your individual philosophy over time?
Being present, well, for me, like being present and being lost sometimes, because you know what I'm saying, like niggas grow up in a certain environment, niggas engage in certain shit, and it's just like the key to making it out of anything is just really like, yo, like eliminating certain shit, cutting out the fat on certain shit that you don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? But just staying still. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound weird, but like, you know what I mean? Staying still in my thoughts, my depression, you know what I'm saying? In the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta really find where your feet are. You know what I'm saying? To me, like I evolved into a person that I think this is what I was trying to say. I evolved into a person that didn't like to read. I love to write, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like that's the type of marriage that I gotta accept, you know what I'm saying? So I dropped out of college my first semester, but I just fell in love with history, you know what I'm saying? Social issues, shit for me, like, and that began to stitch a new marriage, which brought me into the marriage I spoke on with, you know what I'm saying, me and the
Yeah.
philosophy and all that. But to before I pass it on, I say like what brought us together, just us being us, you know what I'm saying, falling in love with the music. Like for me, like I consider music as a she, you know what I'm saying? Like I love it daily, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like on some Dragon Ball Z shit, like we just seen each other's work ethics. And that shit just radiated and was like, I bet after graduation, you know how that is, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the fucking Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the
Yeah.
episode, like, all right, nigga, it's really that time, nigga. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but you know, he was like, yo, I'm ready to pen type shit. I'm like, all right, word. And matter of fact, without him, I don't really know what the fuck I really be sounding like. No bullshit. I'm a type of nigga that I don't really. I give it up, bro. I give up my influences and shit. But it's like, yo, he one day, I think in May, bro, 2020, went over his crib, brought some weed, bro. He just put me on to this whole world, like, you know, the Rock Marciano universe, you know what I'm saying? The Griseldas, you know what I'm saying? The Uncle Johns, the Aldavinos, the SC Max, yeah, like, and bro, like it was literally like too immersive, bro. It's too immersive. But I think just to come back, you know what I mean? We just seen each other's auras.
Yeah.
And we just
and it was just like alignment.
You feel me?
Okay. That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, like I would say you know, I think the one thing that I know, I think I noticed myself to be, and I work tirelessly to make sure that I'm more of it as time goes on, is to be enigmatic. You know, it's and how I see it, how I see being enigmatic is almost like is I could be one thing, or and I also could be not another, almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I guess to sum that up, to say it's almost like unexplainable. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
that's kind of what draws me into the sound that I cultivate when it's time to get into that bag of, you know, of a tea and trees, type of sound that me and Kuro have explored on in the past.
Okay.
And like it almost became a bit of like not like a signature sound per se,
Okay.
but
But kind of like maybe a landscape that you guys
yeah, a landscape. And that's the thing too, like it's, excuse me, it's almost like automatic. I don't have to try so as hard as I once did to really cultivate that sound for the sequel to Tea and Trees Volume 1, because I already have the beats for Tea and Trees Volume 2, right?
Okay.
And what I've been saying. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Teen Trees is that's a joint EP with me and Kuro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was imagining it was some along the lines of music, maybe a
Yeah.
vibe that you guys are creating.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, like, I think of like literally and probably drinking some tea, smoking some weed
Oh yeah.
type shit. So like,
Yeah, basically.
okay, so that's hard. That's hard. I like that.
Basically,
Tea and
right?
trees.
And yeah, like it's definitely been like it's definitely been a bit of an interesting run, you know what I'm saying, that with that sound. And I've just been glad to have shared that with Kuro, because again, like he's also a force, like on his own. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like if he hasn't proved that thus far.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why, you know, I'm like, that's kind of why I definitely push him hard to really well, no, I ain't gonna say push him hard. I definitely put him in a space where he could he could like do his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just the amount of just the amount of thought, and I guess planning that I do to make the space, because I have my own studio in the crib. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like when he goes to record, it's most likely going to be over in my pops' basement, in his the man cave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's written, the vibes are always right. is really on some hyperbolic time chamber type of deal now, with it. And so,
That's hard. That's hard.
with in which I'm definitely grateful for the definitely grateful for the for the praise and just the thanks and the love that I get from bro, is because, like, if I want to be better at the craft, and just how things sound just on like the back end of the just the music business, then we've already won. You know what I'm saying? We have. I just think now we are just too deep into to our game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To not be as professional as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because what I want for anyone who was close to me is to understand that the shit is possible.
Yeah.
And like the shit, and that being the shit is like, it's almost like subjective now. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely it's definitely like, okay, in this city, just in this city alone, like, there's definitely a scene for you to really plant your flag down. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's still it's definitely a bit. It definitely gets a bit misty, so at times, with like with things, which is why, I'm definitely glad to glad to have bro here, as not just as a homie, but as a brother in a brother in arms when it comes to the pen, in the music, to really like, just to really just to really cause just to recause, like, and energies to become an even greater one. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same way Goku and Vegeta put on the ring and put on the earrings and then fuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a greater, like, just even greater force.
Y'all are like feeding off of each other in that sense of like, and that's great, because that adds to like that only enhances the collaborative experience when you can kind of like pour into one another. I wanted to touch on that too, because I think a lot in this film we see that, especially very early on, when you kind of see the development of God's character and how he pours into the folks around him and even back into his community. If I'm remembering correctly, is one of the scenes where, like, the turkey drive, where you have folks who are kind of like seeing him as this person, but are kind of like torn in between of participating in the turkey drive, because they understand that it's a resource he's offering, something he's giving back, but then there's still that hold up of like, but this is not, where is he getting this money from, or how is he doing this? And it's like, I'm in, again, to the paradox his character is experiencing of like, I want to do this good, but this is how I do the good. And I think, like, when we realize more so on a point of pouring in, because you spoke about it briefly about how you guys kind of do that, like, do that for each other, but then how the compound interest it then creates for the relationship that you have, and to the point where it's like beyond just co-creative, it's just like you see him as a brother, and it's vice versa. Like, how important has that developing of a brotherhood been to kind of like not only personal growth, because you gotta take that, like, the experiences you guys have, but then also the growth you experience together, you take that and it informs your personal life again, like, because I feel everything informs how we move as individuals. But I think that's also something really good to talk on, because specifically here in our creative scene, you see a lot of silo community, not a lot of people. It sometimes could be very cliquish, and then a lot of times there are a lot of co-collaborators falling out. But it seems like you guys have been able to, like, from since high school, from what I hear, and it's just really be locked in that sense. So, like, how has that been? Like, how has that been? Because I'm pretty sure it's been a beautiful process, and I'm pretty sure shit happens too. It's like, it's reality. But at the same time, like, it's only enhanced what you guys do creatively. So it's like, how have you been able to keep that solid, and what has that been like?
I'll say like this, because as men, we are at
I like how you said that, as men.
You know what I'm saying? We are always going to be at a duty to serve others. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's our family, our friends, our our romantic partners, like just everybody, our pets, everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like like I don't want to sound this way, but we definitely have a bit of a higher. Well, I don't want to sound this way, and I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But we have a bit of a higher calling.
Not standing at purpose, bro.
You
Standing at
know what I'm saying?
purpose. Yeah.
It's higher calling, and and um it's only, and that's the thing, like like it's only a path, as you know, one singular man that only that singular man can go on.
Yeah.
And you know, when I and Kuro come together, we it's just been nothing but a build. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because how he sees things, or how you know how he sees things is it could be a bit parallel, or the parallel, or the opposite as to how I see things. But as you know, but as long as we are doing things, that as long as we are doing things that serve the people we love, you know, we can, like, like we can be all right in that aspect. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's not all it's it's always gonna be bigger than us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely, I most certainly was doing all of my homework as far as the music goes, and all of my investments,
Yeah.
knowing that it's going to be bigger than me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Whether it be for the homies, the close homies,
Yeah.
or whether it could be something that I could turn into a service and make some bread on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because for me, I want to make sure that like somebody gets the best quality, the best quality work that I can do, as far as them even like recording over here, and I know what I'm doing when I'm
Yeah.
doing that mixing and mastering process, in like it's sounding professional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like because I want, and which kind of why, you know, it's always helpful that I make sure to do some learning in my free time, is as far as, you know, as far as front end presentation, like, you know, like as far as in music business is concerned, in, you know, back end work, making sure just the quality is how I need it to be, and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that due
it,
diligence. That,
it,
I think that is important. You speak to something that is very important too. And I feel like before I forget, because there was something that you had said. And I think again, like everything's just pulling back to this character that God plays in this film, where it's the dang, it's kind of leaving me, but it was something, a great point that you had mentioned. It's more so with again, to the character arc and how the character is developed over time, like the experience, and like what is like, I guess a question I want to pose is like, where do you, in the doing the due diligence, and that being important to you, let's say, and that being important, like how do you like, or more so, how important is the due diligence to you? Like, how important is that, like really knowing and doing a deep dive to know what it is that you're getting yourself into? Like, how important is that to you individually and then collectively? Because I'm pretty sure there's learning that you guys do together. Like, it's a continuous process of like being educated and learning as far as artistry goes, but then also, again, like with your personal development. How important is that to you? Like, you spoke about a Kuro, kind of like doing that work type.
Yeah, you know, I'll let you know this, between Kuro's last project, Tiger Balm,
Hmm.
that had dropped in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Like, and between that project and the project that he has coming out soon this month, right? There's definitely been some learning, like there's definitely been some learning done.
Yeah.
Like things I did now are were not done, then. It was all part of the process, in
Yeah.
making sure that I'm on point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because because like I didn't think that it would get to it, but I just like because I just took on that duty. In this case, the duty was managing Bro's recordings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Making sure that everything was like everything was handled with care,
Yeah.
and just making sure there is or at least not a single hair out of place.
Yeah. Like dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that been like for you, bro?
Like doing that.
Yeah, like that due diligence and the importance of it. And then also, like, I'm pretty sure, like, you've been able to, as being someone you express yourself as someone who's been extremely reflective. I'm pretty sure you find like solace in like in your progress, like feeling good about where you are now in comparison to last year or the last job and so on and so forth.
I mean, yeah. All right, so like, yeah, that's just crucial. That's just crucial.
Word.
It's crucial to the point. I can expound on it, but to the point where it's like, yo, you got to make sure that you don't end up at a set of coordinates where you're casting that type of paradox as of God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, for example, you know what I'm saying, I went to high school with Omar. You know what I'm saying? We've been on the poetry team. You know what I'm saying? So we know what structure looks like.
Tough.
You feel me? And how important that is. And even to go like a little deeper, like to realize that type of relationship that you have individually with structure. That's important. You feel me? And like I said, it's like sparks when like pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sparks when we work. You know what I'm saying? Like
Word.
We're like two generators. You feel me? We're just when we come together, we just, you know what I'm saying, we generate some shit that's bigger than us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for me individually, I remember, for example, there was a story that I was saving earlier.
Okay, word, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this music shit for like a little while. You know what I'm saying? But I remember with my brother's group, you know what I'm saying, like niggas had parted ways, you know what I'm saying, for certain reasons. But one of my cousins, his name is Joe Casso, you know what I'm saying? He's been just sticking with it. You know what I'm saying? He had just some time and then came out.
Yeah.
And was just like, yo, I'm just gonna take this full time, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've always been there. So you know what I'm saying? I had like a little trial year, but I was young at the time, like before 21, you know what I'm saying? So I've been around like, you know what I mean, photo shoots and shit, you know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not trying to brag or whatever, but you know, I just had that experience, and I've gained the meaning behind certain shit, being on time, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I apologize, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
you know
good,
what I'm saying,
good,
bro? Like, no bullshit. Like, when we be working, bro, like, no cap, like, I be smoking, I be sleeping, bro. But at the end of the day, like, he's there to be like, yo, my nigga, like, I bet, like,
I want to. I don't mean to cut you off too, but I want to speak to that because I feel like it's come up a couple of times, that accountability component, and I think that like that's extremely important because a lot of times as creatives, it's really solo endeavors. It's you're lucky if you have a partner that you can co-collaborate with quite often. So how pivotal has that been to your growth and your progress and yours as well, as like being able to hold each other accountable? And to the point you made as men too, and I want folks in the chat to know that no boys in the chat. Nigga, the boys get the fuck out of the chat. It's men. But like, speak to that, like, you know, individually, like how important has that accountability been and how helpful has it been too? Because I know that can be extremely helpful as an artist.
I remember, so I got like two joints. Like, so like I got like one, like I remember one time, this was early, you know what I'm saying? So 2020 had put me onto like the new wave of music. Not the new wave, but like that door to the underground scene, you know what I'm saying, with the Rock Marcianos and all that. And I remember at the time we was doing preparing for Tea and Trees.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I just wasn't following through in terms of like deadlines and all that.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Brother had to just remind me, like, yo, come on, like get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's meet these deadlines. You feel me? Like, I remember him telling me, like, yo, like, if you think, you know what I mean, the niggas that you look up to, they gonna send you some shit. They gonna bring you an opportunity. You gonna wait. You gonna act on it that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a moment for me to, you know what I'm saying, wake up and just suggest and be like, yo, step into my power. You know what I mean? And just execute. And I remember another time, this is like a core, like a traumatic low key traumatic story, nigga. Like
Okay.
I remember I'm an animated nigga, no bullshit. So don't take me serious, but yo, I had this show. I was headlining, you know what I'm saying? It was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Man, niggas was here and shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, yo, my first time. I've been writing all the time, you know what I'm saying? I just had, you know what I'm saying, the money and the funds to just put certain shit together. You know what I'm saying? So niggas was just like, all right, fuck it, let's get a show.
Yeah.
Excuse me, get a show with Joe Castle. Shout out Joe Castle.
Yeah.
And the shit just went downhill. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to collab with Exposed TV, you know what I'm saying? And it's no beef, but I had to even learn how to turn that anger into, you know what I'm saying, something else, but
transmute that
energy. You feel me? Like me and Dro was just on the way, you know what I'm saying? You know, for example, like what Museum TV does?
Yeah.
With
shout out
Sound
Noble
Lab.
in the museum.
Shout out them, bro. Shout out them. Hell yeah, 10 years. That's over 10 years. But yo, y'all definitely doing y'all thing. And I promise I'm not saying this with no ego or anything, but I remember like niggas coming up with the idea of performing the songs and passing out certain papers and shit with questions on them, like, yo, on a scale of 1 to 5. Feel me? How was this? You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not on no Kanye shit. I mean, Kanye shit. But you know what I'm saying? I just remember that.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it was supposed to be somewhere, you know, we just in mid-route. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is one of the more craziest, and you know, and I remember the point that I was making now, but I want you to finish your point before, like, I asked that question.
Damn. So you know what I'm saying? We midway on the way to the show, and then we just get a message that it's not canceled, but Exposed TV wasn't able to make it, and that just like that just began the snowball effect. It's like, I bet where we go. And shout out DJ Troy Frost.
Okay, shout out Troy Frost.
You know what I'm saying? At her crib, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, we had it there. But on me, like, I had bombed. And you know what I'm saying? Niggas could attest, like, I love this music shit so much, bro. I love her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But I bombed. And that was at a point where it was just like, I feel like the higher power was God. The universe really had to hold me accountable with that choice.
Yeah.
With my word. Like, I love this shit. So it's just like, are you gonna bounce back? Or are you gonna quit?
Tight.
So it's just like, ever since then I took the oath, not on the Illuminati shit, but I was just like, yo, no more YouTube beats.
Bro said I took the oath.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, no bullshit. Let me just do everything organic. I pirated FL Studio. Shout out my man Raw. You know what I mean? I went to school with him.
Allegedly.
Nah, fuck that.
He said, nah,
this
fuck
is my
that.
story, nigga. I did that shit. Nigga. I paid for the new shit now.
Facts.
like 4 laptops later, nigga. That's just non-existent. In me, so it's just like, let me just find the components and the parts. You know what I'm saying? Jamal, you know what I'm saying? I just had to just buckle down.
Yeah.
That's been that paid off. That paid off. Like, I've met so many great people.
Yeah.
My niggas.
Yeah.
These niggas is nice. No bullshit. If niggas think I'm nice, bro, I am nice, motherfuckers. But if niggas think I'm nice, these niggas is a problem, but they've been a part of my journey too of, you know what I'm saying, this music shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They tell me all the time, I don't believe it now on some shit, but they like, yo, bro, you stick to this shit. You've always been the glue to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to my SKLS niggas, you know what I'm saying? But they've always been kicking that shit in my ear, so I just had to just keep on going.
That's hard. That's hard that you guys have been able to build community too, like within a closed circuit, and kind of, again, to the pouring into each other and shit like that. But before I forget, the point that I wanted to make, it was a kind of like this this like very interesting this very interesting relationship that Omar's character has with God's character, where the whole premise of the film being in too deep, like, and I feel like it's relatable in a sense of where I want to ask you guys: has there been a time or a moment, whether just in your personal life or whether it be in your artist journey, your career, or what have you, where you kind of felt like, and it could be on a project, it could be something as simple as a project, or it just could be like a life thing, where you found yourself deep in the work and kind of to the point of you mentioned Kuro earlier of like being present and then sometimes being lost and kind of finding the like kind of learning in those moments. And then you also mentioned something about like being in darkness. And it was a point that I want to make because I heard someone talk about it last night at an event I was at, actually, like seeds grow in the dark. And I think sometimes we don't like, so like when you're finding yourself in darkness, or like you may be in a dark spot or in a dark place or depressive state or whatnot, understanding that like sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, growth is uncomfortable because it requires, like, if you think about it, and like in a sense of like physiologically, there's a metaphysical thing now taking like process, like you're growing, you're literally growing as like, and you may not feel it, but like even you think of growth in the sense of like height, right? You grow over time. It's like sometimes that can be an uncomfortable process for people, those things that are really tall and their knees start to get to hurting because they getting taller and shit like that. Has there been a point in your career to where you feel like you found yourself very deep in a process to where it has felt uncomfortable and you kind of had to like climb out of that, and how was you resilient out of that process, if so?
Shit, bro. Without going too deep, bro, it's like, for example, like being, yeah, I guess I'll touch on like, I guess the depression state, I guess. Just being in that negative state, like I just had to learn, like, yo, like no bullshit, like I have the power of thought.
Yeah.
No bullshit. There was this book called the 12 Keys of Life.
12 Keys of Life. Who's that by?
Nah. 12 Keys by somebody. RPX, Triple X, he had recommended it.
Okay.
I have the book, no bullshit. I'm
12 Keys of Life.
Niggas, but it tells you about and I don't really know what style, what region, what, you know what I'm saying, what cloth this is from. You know what I'm saying? But like it breaks down the power of thought and what a thought is, you know what I'm saying, and how heavy and light that shit can really be. And again, that speaks to, just to keep on course, of the power that niggas got, bro.
Yeah.
The power that I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, no bullshit. Like, after a while, being still, you know what I'm saying, being sad, being negative, that shit plays a part in the community, the environment. It's just like, yo, just because you're not on any extremity from you not being a sociable person to a degree, you know what I'm saying, or being, don't say that to the end, but not being like a somewhat open person to doing harm in the street, like that type of extremity timeline type shit. Like, there's power, you know what I'm saying, that you invest, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that you got to be aware of, and that you can only change by yourself. For me, like, yeah, bro, like,
I wholeheartedly
deep, bro.
agree.
Deep.
I would say, when you are like when you're on your journey, you know what I'm saying, growing into the person that you want to be when the time is right. I don't think you're never too deep. You are as deep as you want to go, like, with it. And like, if you ask me, like, especially the way that I've been, not, I wouldn't even say growing up, but the way that, well, yes, growing up in just interacting with people, and them seeing me do what I do. People are gonna laugh, people are gonna cry, people are gonna congratulate you and applaud you, and have their, and have their critiques. But that's all a part of the journey, and when you do get to a point where you're comfortable, like, in not even in your own skin, but in you're comfortable in what you do.
Yeah.
what you do and how you present yourself in even in the especially in the realm as an artist, you know what I'm saying? An artist, and even like as a lyricist,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And I look now, or I definitely can't wait to to show to like well yes like show people show people and put my thoughts on wax, whether it's to make whether it's some like it's something dope, whether it's just it's to really like amaze people with just with how well I can put words, well not even put words, just how well I can do the rap shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And really just really be, yeah, definitely be introspective at times where it calls for it.
Yeah.
And that's like, again like that's all part of the process of like like of of growing, because is I think I'll sum it up like this, like uh uh when it comes to this growing shit, you are as deep as your roots go.
Mm.
You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
bar. That's a fucking bar. That is a bar. Yo, just this first half of the conversation has just been full of gems, bro.
Yes,
Not
sir.
honestly, just like back and forth, just dropping gems.
Yes,
I
sir.
do want to like lighten it up because it's a conversation too. We don't gotta always be super philosophical and deep shit, but to the point of like watching movies, like what are some of the films that like inspired y'all? Like either whether it be favorite films. Normally I do like a top 5, but like since it's both of y'all, that'd be like 10 films. So we'll do 3 like top 3 films that's kind of like influenced you as an individual or a creative or whatever the case may be, like over time. And then we'll go type shit.
Okay, I would say top three, it would definitely Spider-Man. I want, and not just Spider-Man, probably Spider-Man 2.
Okay, Spider-Man 2. You're talking about Sony Spider-Man,
Yes,
not that
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire.
You know what I'm
Very
saying?
specific. Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like and to be honest, like or it's or in any one of them. In the Spider-Man 3 is another good one too, especially like we get to see Venom in just just almost like it's almost like a different side oh no, not Venom, but the symbiote Spider-Man, just seeing a different side of things it's definitely like an interesting movie to watch from that aspect. For number 2,
Yeah.
8 Mile.
Okay, 8 Mile.
That like Eminem, he still is the reason that I started rapping. Like
Okay.
like when I was watching that movie, at least like probably like 7 times a week, because it used to show on not Cinemax, but all like the movie channels back in the day.
Yeah.
Like it was just awesome, like seeing the obstacles that he was going through,
Mhm.
and um and just not letting any of that stop him from showing that from like showing even the people in the city that he is like that he is him, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like
He was that guy.
yeah,
And showing himself to an extent. Like,
yeah.
I feel like a lot of times in that film, it wasn't what was M's name in that film? It wasn't Rabbit, right? It was Rabbit. It was Rabbit.
Be right.
Kind of like that internal battle of like proving to yourself that you're worthy of, and kind of like having certain homies, to your point you made, like your homies like kind of let you know that you're the glue. But it's just that like outside of that, while that outside validation is good, there's that internal battle with yourself, and battle not in a negative connotation, but just the journey, that journey that you're continuing on. But I don't want to, didn't mean to cut you off too. What was it?
No.
So that was 2. So you said Spider-Man 2 and 8 Mile. So it's the third one.
Third one, like there's a lot that I could say, but I think, and this is honestly recently that I've watched it, and I can honestly see how timeless the shit is. But
Yeah.
Scarface.
Okay.
Like
Scarface.
and that's the thing, even just even seeing it now, it's definitely still relevant as far as the themes
Mm-hmm.
and just the character Al Pacino played in it. Like all of it's timeless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is one of those great films. That is one of those great films. What about you, bro?
It's too many. It's too many, bro. I ain't
Too
gonna-
many to count.
Like on some, I can give you on some like template type shit, bro. Like shit, like
Nah. I need three. I need
nah, no
three.
bullshit. I got you. Like on some shit, bro. Like nah, yeah, I don't, bro. Like,
Would you consider yourself a movie buff, like a cinephile, like into films, like really like watching movies?
Nah, but I consider my I know my absorption style type shit.
Okay,
You feel me? Like
that's fair.
it's hard. Like for example, higher learning
Yeah. Okay.
between higher learning, no order, higher learning, shit, there's too many. Higher learning, shit, Menace to Society,
Okay. Menace to Society.
and
Now the hard part begins. I know a doctor who works with
oh shit, yeah, this not saying some shit. I'm a big anime head, but yeah, it's this Dragon Ball Z movie that it's about Goku's father and shit. Like yeah, those are like my top three type shit.
Okay. Okay. Menace to Society, Higher Learning, and Drag. What was the name of the DBZ film?
Story of Bardock.
Story of Bardock.
Them shits like Higher Learning. I was on some.
Okay.
Yeah, this nigga know like the Higher Learning shit. That was just dope for me because that was I dropped out. It was in the summer and shit. And I was just doing my due diligence and certain shit.
Okay.
And seeing that movie was just like, oh shit, like certain shit that we go through that's been going on for one, and we've been addressing it. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole like theme about like racism and anger and shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's just what I absorb from it. You know what I'm saying? Like as black people or people of color, melanated people, like I realize we're very flammable. You know what I'm saying? With our emotions, and that's key. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we get spent out of energy. That's how we get manipulated. You know what I'm saying? When casted in the wrong directions without knowing. You know what I'm saying? So it taught me just to embark on a path of like more of not self-control, but like self-control mixed with self-reliance and just that awareness of power. Meant to society, I was just like not a wake-up call, but like growing up, like my brother, he used to like just take the remote from me and just put on whatever, and he put on that movie, and for a long time I didn't understand it. Like, and I just realized, like, again, like that choices and thoughts, you know what I'm saying, they impact everything. You know what I'm saying? Some shit gonna come back to you feel me? In the Dragon Ball Z shit, it's just like, yo, like, not to get all corny and shit, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it tells you about like the Saiyan race and shit, and like who they are. It's like almost like how we come from, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I mean, they were savages, but they were captive, they was enslaved and shit. You feel me? But this one saying Goku's father, he just had a dream one day, you know what I'm saying? Like shit happened to him, we got into a fight or whatever, but he had a dream type shit on some like free the slaves type shit. You feel me? And he was just trying to spread awareness, and it was just like a Chicken Little type thing, like a boy who cried wolf type shit. Nobody believed him till the end. Everybody got wiped out and shit. But
type.
So yeah, that's them three for me.
Okay, word.
What about you? What about you though?
Top three of all time. Definitely Jurassic Park is up there for sure. Toy Story.
Okay, yeah.
Toy Story 3 to be exact. And I would say, to be honest, I would. Well, yeah, in the top 5, Spider-Man would be in the top 5 of this for the Fuck
You
it.
got it.
For the 3, I'm gonna go with Casablanca because I gotta go Casablanca. That's like whenever I remember seeing that in high school, and like that was like a crazy film. Like I love Casablanca. That shit was like it was very eye opening, and it's black and white, and that's kind of that's when I knew I was like really big in the film. Like because like I could watch a bunch of Charlie Chaplin shit. I could watch a bunch of like old school shit that don't got nowhere. It's nothing but a lot of back then they focused on gestures and a lot of like using body for dialogue and like in the captions to a sense, so there was subtitles
Showing
but
not telling type shit.
yeah, like it was very much like, especially for the comedy, it was a lot more animated than for the comedic films. But there's something about black and white films that I like. There's like a simple essence to them. I want to touch on spirituality to an extent because I'm like getting that from not only got what you guys have been sharing, but like your journey and how you guys have honestly just been kind of talking about shit and answering some of the questions. But also, I wanted to, you mentioned something earlier that I don't want to forget. You say you be chefing it up on your chef shit. So like, what's the studio go-to meal? What's the meal that, you know, if we in the studio, we cooking up type shit and we got a break for something to eat, what are you more than likely making? Like, what are some of the things that you probably put together?
Oh nigga, I go to the school. I go to the stoop fucking just with weed.
Oh, okay,
That
okay,
shit,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like OG, he be having the bin with the snacks. That was just a newly incorporated thing to the spaceship. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro. It's the mac and cheese. This nigga be chefing it up type shit.
Okay,
you know
okay. You be on
like,
your chef shit too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I be doing, that's just like when I get out the stool type shit. You know what I'm saying? We usually fucking just, you know what I'm saying, just working. So niggas just like, all right, hold on, like check in, like you want to get something to eat type shit. Like,
To that point, like when you're just at the crib cooking up and getting creative, what are some of the things you cooking up type shit? Like, what's the most creative shit you've made in the kitchen?
That's crazy. Oh shit. Let me see here.
Like, walk us through that.
About to get me in trouble. Shit.
What you cooking with shit you're not supposed to? Like,
bro, like I'm heavy-handed, dog. I be
okay.
Crazy, bro.
The
like,
extra saison.
Dog, lemon pepper through the death.
Oh,
like, crazy with it.
You gonna fuck around and get niggas a gout,
bro.
Okay.
Don't tell me he be doing his food the same way he be putting grabba in the blunts, yo. Oh my god, yo.
The nigga Key, shout out Chemo, bro. I cooked some I got a video on that shit too. Nigga, I was cooking ramen with a sword and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's get like that. It get like
nigga
that.
on the real samurai, nigga.
Bro, real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. What about you, Omar? Was like what you got a specialty in the kitchen?
I wouldn't even say a specialty, but I definitely would prefer it to be summertime. That way, I could cook the burger on the grill. Cooking on the grill is real superior, yo.
Okay.
And, yeah, as far as seasonings, you can't go wrong with Lowry's. Can't go wrong with adobo.
Okay.
And when I was working on a job last year, and a guy put me on to onion powder.
Okay.
Onion powder.
Wait, no, hold on. Someone put you on the onion powder last year.
Onion powder.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy, but you feel me? I feel you though. I feel you.
And it's funny because it's just sitting in the cabinet. Let me. Oh no! Is it onion powder or garlic powder? One of those two. Actually.
Okay.
One of those two. And definitely, I've definitely learned not to be like him and be OD with the thing. But cayenne pepper, you definitely cannot be. You can't. No, you can't.
Okay, the remedies.
Cheat code. Take I know motherfuckers like to drink. That's not my religion. I don't like to pray like that. I burn tree. But nigga, you gotta take some lime, squeeze that into like a shot glass, sprinkle like a couple dashes of cayenne pepper, stir that up, that clear the mucus out. You know what I'm saying? You sick and shit, you'll feel different. You gotta do that like 5 times a day type shit.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah.
You heard that?
It's funny too because we squeeze the lime, do salt, honey, and you're good. Yeah, that's what we do.
Good little herbal remedy.
Yeah, you know. But it not, as my dad said, it will knock the cold right out of you.
Type. So there was before, because like the film is ending now, but before we get into like the one of the last questions that we asked, I want to touch back on that spirituality component, because I think there's intersection in between that and everything we kind of talked about tonight. And like especially from hearing you speak, bro, as someone, it seems like that's like a big part of like who you are. But I can imagine it's the same for you, is why you guys have found alignment and kind of connect. So is there moments to where like y'all, maybe whether it be in a studio, whether it be at a show, you have moments that where it's the shit kind of feels, to your point of knowing, and you mentioned that earlier, like knowing your purpose, like you're doing this for like, it's for more than yourself. It's just like you have a higher calling. Like, was there a spiritually defining moment for each of you guys, and did you guys maybe share that experience together? That was what let you know like why this is what you're doing. But yeah, like I kind of wanted to hear about that. Like, do you guys have individually like a moment to where that it just like felt spiritual or out of body to what let you know like, yo, this is what I'm supposed to be doing?
Papers, somebody
type shit. Let's give bro some papers,
you know
so we keep the roll going type shit.
I just need one. But
yeah, like that defining moment that is just like, yo, okay, we on that path.
Yo, it's for me, it's just been the continuous repetitions and just showing what happens when you put in the work. You know
okay, so through showing up,
like the journeys from the poetry, you know what I'm saying? Just we was in L-Tab, Louder Than a Bomb, and bless you.
Thank you.
I was seeing the crowd and shit, like not even I don't do the music shit for the fame or whatever, but like just
seeing that interaction,
Like, I know, like I love that shit. I love pleasing people like that with my art. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what to do with that. You feel me? Like seeing the impact of just words, you know what I'm saying, the repetitions of that, performing with niggas, you know what I'm saying, like learn more about me, like that, just that constant like calling. Like, you know, like sometimes when your ear be ringing and shit, like you ever wanted to chase that shit and just be like, what the fuck is that? Like for me, it's just that constant, like, all right, word, I'm keep doing this. I get that feeling from that. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on which ears ringing though, they say niggas is talking shit.
No bullshit. The left.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, just because you said that, and I just thought about that because the other day I was laying down, and my ear started ringing, and I just shot up real quick. I'm like, who out here talking? Who got my name in their fucking mouth right now, man?
It's the left one, but it's like 50-50. It's like somebody could either be talking shit or like you getting like
some blessings. Like they're talking good.
Somebody's trying to communicate you that you the spirit or somebody that you know,
or
some shit like that. That's from, you know what I'm saying, what I gain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? With the spirituality shit, like I try to carry like a grain of salt with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't want to say no corny shit, but like, you know, I'm here for a reason. And I feel like that's like a 50-50. It's like something that not a desire, but that's something that I'm physically following.
Yeah.
But there's like a other on some like end of the movie type shit reason. Fused with that other reason. You know what I'm saying? Like
that overall understanding.
You feel me?
Okay.
And that's for me, I don't go around smashing nobody's religion, nobody's point of view type shit, but there is a way to judge people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know we live in a sensitive world, but it's just like, come on, people, we've existed previous to this, not to promote bad shit and negative energy, disrespect, out of order, no morals and shit. But like, yo, like we came from that, so we can, instead of making a big fuss about it, we could just organize and just execute and become that example type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't go around smashing nobody's religion and shit, but it's just like, yo, like I'm a traveler when it comes to this shit. Like, I'm not housed, but like I feel like all religions have those keys, and it's just like those people, certain people within those religions have that ability to be like, all right, I'm here, but there's more to this life shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that requires all of us. You know what I'm saying? To just be at attention to be like, all right, word, we need to change this shit so we can see better, nigga, breathe better. All right, hold on. And I'm saying in Boston, I'm saying I love Boston because we don't like each other, but it's just like we love each other. You feel me? And
I feel that.
As funny and fucked up as that is, like the world can learn from that. But only if we really master that. And that only comes with love. And I feel like on that spiritual journey, like, you know what I mean? You got mad shit. You got the Buddhism. You got the 5% of shit. You know what I'm saying? You got the Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if motherfuckers is able to just take pieces of certain shit and being able to put certain shit together and start certain. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
start.
I know what you
Niggas
mean,
probably
bro.
don't even have to get that deep because it's like where we at right now, bro. Tariffs and taxes and all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we can start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's just me though. That's
Yeah.
just me. You know what I mean, peace of the world. You know what I mean, free the world. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's real.
Yeah, and I would say, like, as far as is something spiritual, like, I'll put it, I'll put it to you like this: the like the things you do and the things you're able to do and what you're able to leave leave behind as you leave the world. That's not probably why probably one of the most spiritual things that like I like you could ever see somebody do.
Mhm.
And what I mean by that is that like when you watch somebody's movie or their videos or their songs in and you just and you hear the type of energy that they was putting onto these beats. You know what I'm saying? It's all like it's it's almost like saddening sometimes that like they're not here no more. Like,
Yeah.
but the energy it's as if the energy
carries
that they
on.
put, like it's still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and um so and you know like how I just see the things that we as far as music goes and in the whole art space is that like we all have like we all have a chance to really like put like definitely put our soul into it. Is as cliche as that should sound, put yeah to really put our soul into the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that which is why, you know, I'm one of the reasons I'm definitely grateful, you know, Diego reached out to us for this thing right here. It's been a blessing. And but it's been a blessing to, you know, to be, you know, be a part of, you know, like definitely be a part of your guys' history. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like, again, be here be here and for shit to to live on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
Okay.
like, you know,
You hear that? Sukasa making history. Yes, sir.
for
Yes,
real,
sir.
man.
Two Halls. I remember you had hosted the Numb Summer joint
Yep.
a couple summers ago too. So
Oh
nigga,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out
You too,
Carlito
nigga, you
and
know what I'm
Numb
saying?
Summer.
Thankful for, you know what I'm saying, another interaction, another engagement. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm thankful for being a part of your, you know what I'm saying, your journey too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you.
Nah, I appreciate that, bro. That's crazy. That was 2 summers ago.
Soul Loop out now, nigga. Go get that shit. Go tune
Yeah.
in, bro.
Good freestyles out. But that kind of brings us to the one of the last questions that we asked on the live stream. Is like, to your point of like putting your soul into it and like really leaving your all out on the floor. How I usually ask all the guests before we sign off, like, how do you want to be remembered? And I ask that to you guys individually, but you can answer as a collective as well.
How I want to be remembered is you know, through all of, you know, the ups and downs in people, you know, people seeing me the way that the people see me the way they see me is I still put so basically the way that I want to be remembered is through the way the way that I put myself on display, and all that being based on how I see myself. You know what I'm saying? The way that I put the shit together, musically and lyrically, is how I intended the shit to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, like, because to change somebody's perception, or to change somebody's initial perception of you, it's almost a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Because to think that they know more about you than you do is almost like giving them power.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Nah, that's absolutely, I feel that.
you know what I'm saying? And like, and again, like it's kind of goes back to what I was saying about leaving, like this the shit that people leave behind is definitely probably one of the most spiritual things you can see somebody do, because even while they're gone, they still have they still had brought power into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's definitely a thing of mine. You know what I'm saying? As you know what I'm saying, as we go through life, you know what I'm saying, with all of his twists and turns, and you know all the people that we come in contact with, and whether for better or for worse. You know, it's just it's just still up to you to really portray yourself in to portray yourself in a certain light, and be proud of it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, because there, like, as so in my case, as as just dope and as ill of a, like as dope and ill of a man, as a lyrical as a lyricist,
Yeah.
as I work to make myself, there's definitely moments uh you know, there's definitely moments of being disappointed in a certain outcome,
Yeah.
whether it's business wise, romantic wise,
Yeah.
family wise, financial wise, and you know, all of that is just all that is a part of it. It's just depend it just falls on how you present it.
Fair. Yeah. That's hard, bro. What about you, bro? Legacy, how you want to be remembered?
Damn.
Legacy, legacy, legacy.
Shit. Let me say this, like, yo, RP, Kasim Ryan, aka Ka. You know what I'm saying? He was an artist. But the thing about him, and it's funny because, you know what I'm saying, as artists, you know what I'm saying, and we go on interviews and shit, we ask about top fives and shit. Like, I've grown to like really appreciate him to the point where it's like, yo, like he's really like my number one. Like, why? Basically, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, he basically taught me this, like, there's no age to this shit. There's no limit to this shit. You feel me? Like,
Facts.
only you stop when you stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You stop when you stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was always doing this shit. And he was a firefighter. You know what I'm saying? His music is just, it's not for everybody, but it's excellent. It's
Yeah.
almost like biblical. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that just, it's something along those lines. You know what I'm saying? There's I did a little research on it. Like, the top 20, the top authors of 2023, 2024, they're all over 40. Male
Yeah.
authors. They're all over 40.
Mm.
And it's just like, you know, niggas be having conversations about the community and shit. And it's just like, bro, niggas have to give themselves grace to even go to that period, to even experience what that's like. That's like doing a pull-up. But like doing a muscle up is just like, you there, but you got to
Yeah.
get over
Yeah.
and experience what that's like. You know what I'm saying? The niggas on the calisthenics and shit, they be getting up on the shit where they be standing there. And that's what we have to take
Yeah.
that's what we have to take our existence. You know what I'm saying? Just further. So to answer your question, is just like, yo, I just want to be the reason why like niggas stay on like code, like to
Okay.
to humanity type shit. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? Like with my music and how I try to hold myself leading up to the music and just, you know, 24/7, but shit like that. Cause the way we live, like, it's weird. Like, we don't have to do a lot of shit that we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this life is like inverted. Like, how we have to move is it's a lot of inverted shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But that's why I know we're reaching the end. But that's why, like, my message is just to be kind to yourself, be kind to people. You know what I'm saying? Always explore yourself. Black people, black men read, always read, no bullshit. And that speaks to the statistic point I was speaking about, the authors and shit. Cause it's
Yeah.
like, yo, if we can be rappers and shit, and you know, this without getting into the politics about rapping and all that other shit,
Yeah.
if we can take that and do what we do, what's keeping us from doing like more? You know what I'm saying? Inside and outside the music shit. I don't know. It gets weird. I don't think I'm finding the right words, but it's just like, yo, I just want to be, when I leave the earth, I just want to leave that that mark in niggas' heads, like in everybody's heads, like, all right, word, like,
Yeah.
just be good. Just
Yeah.
be good. Like your mama say, you know what I'm saying? Like your father said, like your guardian say, just be good.
Yeah.
Right?
Nah, I feel that, bro. I feel that. And I appreciate y'all, for sharing. I feel like this is a real good conversation, like, especially how
Wait, hold on. What about
yeah.
you?
How myself?
You know what I'm saying? Cause no bullshit. I be doing my fucking homework on niggas. No bullshit. Like everybody in this room, no bullshit. Like not to extend the time and shit, but bro, I be doing my homework, bro. On that mission, where I had to take that oath, I really be doing my homework. Like Tomo, yeah, you too, nigga, you too. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I be doing my homework type shit, bro. And for you, like I had a few questions type shit. I was gonna ask like, what is like if you have a walk of life type shit, like what is yours type shit, and again, the question that you asked us, like, what was your legacy be type shit? Because I feel like you're like a traveler like me type shit. I don't want to judge and shit, but I feel like you're familiar with the Islamic way or the 5% way type shit, but just the way that you carry yourself is just interesting. Just like everybody else that's, making their way in the music scene and outside and there, you know what I'm saying? But if you can answer those questions before we roll the credits.
The legacy one, I feel like I have to leave because I'm gonna have to ask more people that come on that, and I want to save it to that point. Kind of like just hearing from different people and what they feel like they want to leave. I feel like I've been kind of doing research on myself in that extent. But to the first point of like walk of lives, I am Muslim, so to that point, you probably feeling that some of that kindred spirit there. And like I was born Muslim, raised Muslim, so like that informs a lot of how I move and how I see the world. But I think outside of that, I do have a very, I would say, for lack of a better term, universal perspective, like in a sense, a very global perspective, international perspective, how I like to look at things and consider other point of views and kind of sometimes put myself in other people's shoes. And over the years, I've learned to become a little bit more considerate. And like, as I continue to grow empathy, I think it's like helped in that process of being able to see from, how other people see things. But to the point of like walk of life, I mean, it just depends on what phase of my life I'm in. I feel like I'm right now, we was talking about it earlier before we hopped on. It's like, I'm in a very autobiographical phase of where I feel like it's necessary. And however I'm communicating the detail where I'm at currently. And that's just been like working very easier for me. And I think that's due to the fact that I'm like journaling a lot more. That's something that I've, been in and out of for like, I would say for the last like 5 or 6 years, kind of on and off with the journaling, and using that as an exercise of like for therapy and whatnot. But yeah, honestly, just depends on like what part of life we're talking, man. Because very early on, people could have a very different perspective on how they saw me and how I was moving, and for myself too. Like looking in the mirror, I had to do a lot of growing up and like really understanding who I wanted to be, like, and understanding too, like who you are today doesn't define who you are tomorrow, type shit, and giving myself grace. I think a lot of time when we think of grace, it's often associated with feminine characteristics, or like in women, and women only being able to have grace. But I think men can have grace as well and move with grace. And I think when you understand that, you kind of you give yourself room to grow. To the point we were talking about earlier, and I think over time, I just understood that I had to have grace on myself. And then to the stat you brought up, of like the authors being of age and like kind of hitting some of their best work. I feel like I realized that very early on when I decided that I wanted to do music, that like I'm like seeing some of my favorite artists, like understanding where their pen was at and like when they got to that point. Like when you think of someone like Hove, it didn't really kick off until he was 29. Right. It's like there's a lot of life in between when he first started and he's super rapping fast, and then he gets to 29. It's like, yo, these profound albums that he's creating. And I think when you understand that, and you really like give yourself time to like really understand that, not just like from a surface level, like really understand what that means, you got to grow. Especially, when you're talking about being a lyricist, when you talk about hip hop, when you talk about telling your story, crafting your narrative and sharing it with the world, however it is you're communicating that, whether it be through dance, graffiti, visual art, whatever the medium is, whatever the discipline, I think it's very important to give yourself room to always grow. Because like something that Tomo says a lot. One project informs the other, and how, again, to the point I made earlier, that how you are today doesn't define who you are tomorrow. So I feel like that's just been big for me, and it's something I've really been. I would say like I've been understanding more within like the last couple of years, but like yeah, to the grace component, I think very early on, I just understood that I would have to give myself grace because I was a wild card growing up. You ask certain, it depends on who you ask, type shit. It depends on who you ask. Like, you feel me? Depends on who you ask. I was definitely like, you spoke about being a traveler, spent time in every crevice of the city, like places that like sometimes I try to forget, like, some shit you try to forget. But I think I just always understood, like, even in moments where I would consider myself a little bit mischievous early on, I always had like a conscience to know, like, yeah, I might be in some shit right now, but this is not where I plan on like ending up. Like, this is just where I'm at in this current moment, if that makes sense.
No, dude.
Type.
Well, hold on. I want to challenge that though. The first question though, because you know what I'm saying. You have you definitely have a story. You feel me? But and I know, like, God forbid, knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? If you was to pass like right now, or if you was just to transfer, like, what would be your thesis type shit? Like, if you had to. That's what I'm saying. I want to challenge you respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, you have something. You know what I mean? Like, you ever been in the flow of something, rapping or whatever, or just doing something, math, whatever the fuck, and then you just stop, take a screenshot where you at? Like, if you had to, what would be your thesis? What would be the answer to your own question? You feel me? If you had to, because you're doing amazing work, just like everybody else in the city. No glaze, but you feel me? And these people are going to be right here to get to know you. So it's just like, yo, like, on some shit. Dragon, you know what I mean? The Dragon Ball series is like a couple pieces to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Go from Dragon Ball Z, you got chapters and shit. So it's like, yo, if niggas to close your book, where would you be at? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Respectively.
Well, I guess because I feel like I'm in a very autobiographical phase of my life right now. I would say, if that were, God forbid, to happen today in this moment, I would say it's cliche to the point we use that a couple of times this stream, but like, as cliche as it might sound, but just being authentic to who it is that you are. Like, I realized that that's something about me that has never changed. Like, I don't care how I'm showing up in a space. If you feel like it's corny, it doesn't fit your narrative, I'm authentically who I am. And I think that's what allowed me to excel, like, in every room and every situation that I'm in. And I don't know how to be any other way. Like, it just doesn't work for me. And I take pride in that too. Like, pride in being exactly who I am and showing up as I am and being okay with that. And understanding that I'm not always going to come to the table with tools, but I'm willing to come to the table. I'm willing to come to whatever it is, as I am, and like, with whatever it is that I have. So I'll say in this moment, it would be the authenticity. So it's like, if I wanted the legacy that I wanted to leave, it was like, yo, Hawes was always authentic to who he was. Every time that I saw him, I got a very similar energy. I got a very genuine energy. And that never shifted. Like, that never shifted or changed. Like, while a person does grow over time, like, he was who he was, I would say, in this moment. But again, I got to interview more niggas, so that could change, type of shit. But yeah, but yo, shit, I appreciate the challenge, you feel me? Because that's important. I think a lot of times too in our community, we need to do that. So you can kind of think deeper and dig deeper and not just kind of leave it up to the surface level. But yo, this conversation has been very insightful. I appreciate y'all brothers for coming on. 1,000%. Like, I'm looking forward. I hear you got a drop coming. So you're gonna have to y'all got to shout out the socials before we sign off and shit. But why don't we do that? Why don't we shout out the socials? And y'all got anything that you want to tell the people about before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. Shit. I'm trying to smoke. But anyway, definitely once again, you know what I'm saying, I definitely want to show appreciation to Sukasa Studios, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you touch base with them, tap in with them, you know what I'm saying? They on YouTube, they on the gram, you know what I mean? And yeah, keep on vibing with niggas, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow Haas, you know what I'm saying? What's your shit? At
HAAWWS type shit.
You know what I'm saying? Man's just making footwork, trailblazing history, you know what I'm saying? Tap in. But yo, I got this project, you know what I'm saying, dropping on the 28th. You know what I'm saying? That's my B day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Training pack, you know what I'm saying? Got some self-produced joints on there, got some joints by Oma on there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, this is my comeback, yo. Like
Say
I'm
that.
here, stepping in my power. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
that.
A follow-up to my joint, Tiger Bomb I dropped years ago. You know what I'm saying? A few years ago. So yeah, man, we dropping that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But yeah,
On the
bro,
lookout, the 28th. Wait, you Pisces?
I'm an Aries.
Aries.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Aries
no
gang.
bullshit. No bullshit. If niggas know about the timing and shit, about the months and shit, I'm really a Pisces. No bullshit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's on some weird shit, bro. I'm a traveler. You know what I mean? A little bit of everything. But
Say
you know what I
that,
mean?
say that.
My social is only for the baddies. Nah, fucking nah, it's LRD.KU on IG and KURO-SAN on all streaming platforms and shit. I got my music on there and shit. We about to drop some visuals and all that. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we get to work. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully
We in the
get to work
stool. We
together, you
here
know what I'm
now.
saying?
So
Hell yeah, we
you
locked
feel
in.
me?
We locked in. So yeah, man, that's where you find me. You know what I'm saying? Find me in the kitchen. I mean, I ain't burning shit down. But,
Chef
man.
Goyard. Somewhere they
Sir.
can find you, bro. And then shout out if you got anything you working on, you want to let the people
Yeah.
know.
Well, first off, I do want to extend my gratitude, like eternal gratitude for this platform here, like the good people at Sukasa and Hazu too as well for conducting these shows, man. Like you are really good with it. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Like
that,
it's like no exaggeration, bro. You know, and like you will definitely I'm not saying you will be a staple, but you'll definitely be uh a name in within like the Boston scene, like and it goes beyond just music. You know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate that, bro.
Definitely, I think you said journalism and you know and like is that what you
Well,
like,
journaling myself, like
sure?
yeah,
Oh,
just like
okay,
yeah,
okay,
just like
yes,
self-journaling, you know, for
yes,
therapy.
yeah. There's gonna be much of that, not even for you, but for everybody in this room, really.
Yeah.
You know, and again, just very, very grateful to have this conversation. It was definitely needed. It definitely a good night, a nice opportunity for a good press run. You know, as far as what we're coming up with in the months and years to come.
Yeah.
For me, the definite what is it? High altitude out now.
Okay.
It's a really nice EP. A good 15-minute runtime. It's a great listen, you know. In SSX4, the music video is also out now. That's actually been my second most viewed video, but that's easily been my fastest growing fastest
Okay.
viewed video, which I'm definitely grateful for the for the growth in utilizing the tools as far as to promote it. Like I'm grateful for all of it, bro.
That's hard.
You know,
That's what's up.
and as far as upcoming joints, for solo joint of mine, I got this joint called Killer Instinct. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? To those of you who know Killer Instinct, that's a game, that's a video game back on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I can't wait to really like delve into it and really show y'all like how I view having a killer instinct in what I'm willing to do to show you guys just Omar Gray. You know what I mean? And as far as a joint EP, well, not joint EP, joint project, Tea and Trees Volume 2. You know what I'm saying? With me and my dog Kuro right here. We'll definitely be back with more of what the first one already was.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely ready for it all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely ready to collab with to definitely collab with you, Hawes, collab more with Tomo. You know what I'm saying? They definitely collab more with Chemo. Peace to everybody over on one left side, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
You want to drop your socials?
Socials. You can find me on Instagram with Omezzzy, OME, ZZ. So that's 4 Z's Y. Also,
Omezzzy.
Omezzzy.
Yeah.
Also, I do have a page called Drum Rangers. That's a bit of a term that I coined.
Okay.
And it really, Drum Rangers is just really the home of of the 808 Aces, the baseline bullies, the beat machine magicians, melodic mercenaries. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like it just percussion princes. You know what I'm saying? Percussion princesses. Like just it's that definitely like yeah. It's just a term that I created just to almost like separate like those producers from like the rest, because
Yeah.
there are definitely some that that uh that are just nice with it. Oh, sample sorcerers, you know what I mean? Like just I got there's just too many too many drum rangers out here that are that are what those people are. You know what I mean? So yeah, drum rangers and Omezzzy, like
Okay.
those are the ones you could reach me at.
Say that. So on the 28th, stay locked in. We got that Tea and Trees coming real soon as well. You heard it here first. This was another episode of Behind the Art live from Sukasa. It's your boy Haz, Kuro, Omezzzy. Thank you. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Tap in all the YouTube channels.